Bubba, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share a quick video on how to photograph UFOs and the spiritual realm. I am the girl who went viral across all media around the globe for my UFO footage and my contact story during COVID lockdown. I was featured in Lad Bible and The Mirror and many other media outlets. I started off as an astrophotographer shooting photos of space. And while I was out there with my camera, UFOs began visiting me. So I began documenting them. And then fast forward, now I communicate with the spiritual realm and I get a lot of emails and questions about how to capture UFOs or orbs or the spiritual realm on camera. So I wanted to share a few tips and show some examples. So first off, you can actually photograph the spiritual realm with your phone. You don't need an actual nice camera to capture these things, although that is a plus. I'll share some of the equipment that I use, but really you can get started with just your phone. I use a Nikon D5300 DSLR camera. I also have an Aurora night vision camera from Sionyx, and I'll share links to those in the description if you are interested in getting any of this equipment. But really, you can just get started with your phone. So starting off, I had somebody email me earlier asking, how I shoot UFOs, how do I capture them on camera, and if I can always see them with my eyes, or do they only appear on camera? And that's a really, really good question, and something that I came to realize as I went, because at first it was very physical. These UFOs showing up was very physical, materialized, and as I developed in my communication and relationship with the universe, with the spiritual realm, I began catching things on camera that I didn't see with my own eyes. And that can happen pretty often. Orbs is a really great example. Our visible light spectrum is very, very small compared to what's out there. So we only are seeing a very tiny fraction of what's going on around us. And the spiritual realm is in higher dimensions. It's multidimensional. A lot of these UFOs, they may be just not there 1 second, and then they appear for a second, and then they pop right into another dimension and you can't see them. So a really good trick starting out is using your camera or your phone to see what our eyes can't. Okay, so we'll start off with daytime photography, capturing elementals or spirits or UFOs or anomalies or these light beings during the day. So what I found to be very helpful is pointing it in the light. Point your phone or your camera in the light. These things are manifestations of light, and you'll often can catch orbs of light, but it's only if there's light. Or you can turn your camera flash on your phone and catch orbs that way. I'll leave an example of a group meditation that I had recently at my house where we were turning on the flash and we could see all of these orbs.
So anyway,
I just saw one.
Interesting. That's really interesting.
I just saw another
someone
one.
discovers the symbol that she's been drawing all of her whole life. Someone
I just saw another
discovers
one.
it. Archaeologist
Tim, I had a big
at
white
Capape
one
Tepe,
right over
and-
your chair.
Oh my God!
So she sees it
they're
on the news and
cruising.
immediately just flies out there to see it, and then he won't let her in.
They are
Yeah.
cruising.
But the story starts going.
But whenever you're outside and it's during the day, try pointing your camera to the sun. Sometimes the Pleiadians or other star beings can appear as golden light ships, and you can't see them with your eyes. But if you take a picture at the sun, direct it to the sun, you can actually capture them on camera this way. This is an example from my friend Jackie, also in St. Louis, who captured a bunch of light ships near the sun. Now, this is an example of a video that I took where you can see a bunch of light ships coming near the sun. You could only see them in the sunlight, and then this incredible object manifests. You can see it going past right now. I'm about to zoom in and slow it down. I call it the Rubik's Cube orb because it changes shape. Check it out. Isn't that incredible? You want to be careful that you are not mistaking a lens flare as an anomaly, as something else. So usually a lens flare will show up as like kind of like a green bubble. All right, star family, I'm pointed directly at the sun. And just test out your phone or your camera by recording the sun and kind of moving around, and then you'll probably see some sort of like a reflection or a flare that moves around the screen. So get to know what that looks like, and then you know you can always count it out whenever you're taking photographs. But what I found, and what a lot of people have sent me photographs of, and this is with their phone, is you can actually capture beings of light in the light rays. Like they'll show up as figures, and I'll leave a few examples here. They may appear as beautiful colors, shapes, faces, bodies. You can literally see a face if you zoom in. Now this one's a photo that I took, and a lot of the time whenever you capture these amazing photos, you didn't even know you were going to capture anything. A lot of people say that they just felt the nudge to take a photo, and then afterwards they discovered something else in it. These spiritual beings like to surprise you and photobomb, essentially. So orbs and UFOs can be pretty easy to capture during the day. Just practice, set the intention, ask for them to appear, ask for them to come on camera. What I found, a lot of time you'll either get an intuitive nudge to take a photograph whenever they're nearby, like my friend Jackie, who had the photograph of all of the light ships near the sun. She'll often get a nudge that says, take a picture. She won't even see where she's taking a photograph. She'll just point her camera, take a picture, she looks back at it, and there's something there, which is pretty remarkable. So you'll either get a feeling. You may feel like a high vibe feeling, you may feel immense love, you may feel relaxed, or just an intuitive hit to take a photograph. So always listen to those intuitive hits. What can also happen is your ears may ring, especially in the beginning. Whenever the UFOs or the star beings were around, my ears would ring. You'll hear some sort of a interesting sound or a ringing. So that is a good hint that they are nearby, because these beings are high vibe, and they'll often send us frequencies to help upgrade and activate us, and our ears will ring while they're nearby. Or you may suddenly just feel this immense love, and it's just an eruption of emotion. So as you develop your psychic abilities and senses, this will become more and more obvious to you. But so you can just step outside, ask for them to appear, try and connect with them, tune into the universe, connect with the universe, relax, and test out taking some videos, test out taking some photos, and then check back on them and see if you were able to catch anything. Often what they'll do is they'll catch you by surprise. So whenever you're not even trying to photograph them, you're minding your own business, or you're photographing a cloud, or you're photographing a person, a lot of the time these beings or these orbs or UFOs or anomalies can show up in the photograph, and you don't even realize it until afterwards, or maybe even months later, which is pretty interesting. It's like they like to kind of photobomb you, so keep an eye out for that as well. And if you are meant to see it, you will eventually see it. Here's a very memorable photobomb. I recently moved into a new place, and on the Zillow listing, there was a UFO, some sort of like a plasma orb UFO right above my condo. Yeah, so it was kind of like a housewarming welcoming. If you have a camera, like I have a DSLR camera or a point and shoot camera, you can try taking a time lapse outside, which is where you set the camera up on a tripod and you take consecutive photos over and over and over and over again. That's really great because they can be pretty fast, and just setting it up to where it takes consecutive photos, they may pop in just for a second. You may only catch them in 1 or 2 photos, and that's just a good way to help rule anything else out also. Here's a couple of examples of a Ce5, which is human-initiated contact, that I did at this park, where I was meeting them every day, asking them to appear on camera. We had this like working relationship. And so I set the camera up, I set it to take these photos, and then I went in front of the camera and I began meditating, and I could feel them around me. I could feel them. I asked them to appear in a photo. A minute later, I went back to check my camera, and this ship had appeared in 3 different photos. And it looked different in each photo, so it was just incredible. This is one of my best and favorite photographs of a UFO. Another example of taking a time lapse while outside doing Ce5 is this other photo where I set the camera up, started walking, and these 2 black triangles appeared only in one photo. And I was taking a picture every second, and this thing only appeared in one photo. So usually if it'd be like a plane or something else, it would appear in multiple photos. This was only in our dimension for a split second. And you can see it looks like there's like a portal or some sort of like a tear in space-time. And there's just these blatant 2 black triangles, which is pretty interesting. So that's one of my other favorite photos. And again, I didn't see these 2 with my eyes, with my own eyes. I felt them there. I asked them to appear, I set up the camera, and then I checked back and it was there. Like I said, they can be very, very fast and they can pop in and out very, very quickly. Or they can be cloaking. There are so many ships in the sky that we just can't see. Sometimes they'll even cloak themselves and look like clouds. So keep an eye out for that as well. Just earlier today, I was out doing a Ce5 during the day, and I actually got to see these 2 ships appear in the sky, and it was amazing. I could see them with my own eyes. I didn't need to use the sunlight. They appeared, and they began doing circles around each other. It was going in and out of focus on my camera, so it's kind of hard to see, but it was incredible. These 2 ships just kind of dancing with each other for a few moments. So a lot of the time you are going to have to zoom way in, but it can be very difficult to capture them whenever you're already zoomed in because there's only a tiny window for them to show up. So just be mindful of zooming in and checking your photos. Hello. So this was a 3rd one that actually flew by very quickly after the 2 that I saw with my own eyes. Here it is zoomed in and slowed down. In the close-up image, it actually looks like an upside-down triangle or pyramid. Or an angel. I would just like to take a second to say that the feeling that you get from having an experience like this and being able to witness something so magical, so profound, is just beyond words. It is always a blessing to see our cosmic family. If you are shooting at night, that can be a little bit tougher because the low light, there's just not that much light, so it can be really hard to see. What you can do is use your camera flash and you can just start recording and see if any orbs come around. Right now it's winter, so it's perfect time because there aren't any bugs out. So you can try that, just hit record with your light on your phone. And those orbs can be elementals, they can be spirits, they can be extraterrestrials. There's a wide range of different types of beings and things that these orbs can be. More physical looking, energetic orbs can also appear. That's a very, very popular type of UFO. I've seen orange ones, I've seen red ones, I've seen white ones, I've seen blue ones, kind of like a yellowish color. They can come in all different colors, and they're almost like these energetic balls of just moving energy, moving light. Here's an example of a video that I captured during my 2nd encounter ever of these orbs that were hovering in a field, and there were no lights around. This was a very rural area. I was by myself in the middle of the night, and there were these 5 orbs that were hovering in the field next to me. And they stayed there for a while, so I just recorded tons of footage. And at one point, one of the orbs even split into 2, which was pretty wild. So now, I guess that's all 3 of them. UFOs may also appear to be like stars. They may look like stars high up in the sky. If they start moving, then that's a good indication that it's not a star. They may kind of like wink at you or blink at you, or you may see like a shooting star looking thing, which you got to be careful with those because sometimes those may actually be shooting stars or meteors. So if you see one while you're connecting with them, just always ask, can you show me a sign? If that was you, can you do it again? And then if something else happens immediately after, then that's them and they are communicating with you. Here's an example of two ships that I caught that look similar to shooting stars. This was in the Nevada desert on an astro trip. But you can see they're going two different directions. Two of them appeared at the same time. I'd felt them there. So they may look like this at times too if you are shooting at night. At night, they may also look kind of like satellites where they're just lights moving across the sky, but you got to be careful because satellites do that also. So a good indication is if they change directions or if they suddenly disappear. Or sometimes they may pulse and grow and then shrink back down. At night, this is where the night vision camera comes in handy. There was an orb that I caught with the Aurora Sionyx night vision camera during a Ce5. It was a live group Ce5 actually, and it just came in and said hello and then disappeared, which was pretty cool. Project my intentions out here, and you all can do the same to connect with any cosmic beings and ask for a sign, and also set the intention out that you are open to. Oh, what is that? You guys, did you just see that? Also set the intention out that you are open to. Oh, what is that? These UFOs or star beings may also appear as just flashes of light very quickly. Now, this won't be easy to catch on camera, but just to keep an eye out for yourself, they may kind of signal to you or let you know that they are there by a flashing light, like a quick flash, or glitter, or some sort of kind of like color, or some sort of kind of like odd thing where you're like, did I just see that? I would also highly recommend getting a sky map on your phone, and anytime you see something weird or a star's acting funny, pull it out and check and see what it is. They may communicate with you through blinking or flashing stars, and then this can also help you rule out if you are seeing a satellite. A lot of these apps also have satellites on them, so you can rule that out. This is the app Stellarium, but feel free to look through, the store and get any of these apps. Also, if you're seeing a light that's just stationary and you're not sure what it is, pull out the sky map and make sure that you're not seeing like a planet or a star. Star beings may actually be on the ground, or some sort of higher dimensional being may be right in front of you or nearby and you just can't see them. So I've actually caught a light being that was standing right in front of me. And I've seen other photographs, like Dr. Greer has a photograph while outside doing a Ce5, and he told one of the group members there to take a picture, and on the picture appeared this being, and everybody saw them just for a second. So these beings can actually be around you, but they're in that higher frequency to where we cannot see them with our own eyes. So that is also something that you may be able to catch on camera. So to sum all of this up, just practice, play around with your camera or your phone, start taking pictures, set the intention to connect, ask them to appear, and keep an eye out. And also watch out for the nudges, the instinct, that intuition to actually take a picture. Using the flash will help whenever you're indoors to capture orbs, and whenever you're outdoors as well. Or pointing to the sun or near a source of light will also be very beneficial. A lot of these things, they won't show up if it's too dark. And for night, a night vision camera helps. You may be able to capture like a more physical UFO with your camera, but it can be a little bit more difficult. Just make sure that you are ruling out if it's a plane. If it blinks, then it's one of ours. It's not a UFO. Or if it continues straight like a satellite, then just be careful to rule that out as well. I hope this helps, and let me know if you've ever caught anything on camera. Are you an orb magnet? Have you seen a UFO and been able to document it? It's just super exciting, and the veil is thinning. More of these things are coming out to play, and they're becoming more visible to us as we raise our frequency, as we raise our consciousness and our vibration. These things are going on around us all of the time. So it's just super exciting to actually capture evidence of it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. I will be posting more videos, more content like this. If you are interested in learning how to do CE5, check out my video in the description, How to Make Contact with UFOs, where I break down my steps, and also my video, 3 Ways that ETs may be communicating with you and you don't even know it. Be sure to check out the Deep Inner Earth Healing Reiki session that I just channeled, now available. There will be a link for that in the description. All right, I'll see you later, Star Brothers and Sisters.